just want to review scary films. I'm gonna need a bigger show. Now, on this day 2 years ago, we took a look at the classic Spielberg picture, Jaws. The iconic masterpiece that showed hardly anything but still managed to blow all other competition quite literally out of the water in all forms of horror and suspense. And on this day last year, we took a look at the less than adequate sequel, Jaws 2. The alleged only decent sequel, which I wasn't a big fan of, having bland characters, no real need to exist, some cool ideas and decent acting with an awesome climax, but just a bland and forgettable mess. And it all comes down to this. Jaws 3D. Yes, because after you needlessly make a part 2 that nobody wanted, including the entire cast, you have to needlessly make a part 3 that nobody wanted, including the entire cast, and throw the 3D gimmick on top of it that was constantly being used incorrectly at the time. The producers actually wanted this to be a parody of the first two. That's right, this was intended to be the original Sharknado, even bringing in producers from the National Lampoon's movies and John Hughes as a writer. But Universal shut that idea down because it might have been somewhat enjoyable. Murray Lerner was going to try out his skill with this film, but once reading the script, he claimed that his heart sank and he just couldn't bear to be involved with it.
What's the matter?
John D. Hancock was lined up to direct, but he also abandoned the project before well-respected writer Richard Matheson wrote an outline, but others were forced to write the overall story, including the kids of Martin from the first two films, which Matheson hated the idea of, and originally the shark was actually going to be the exact same one from Jaws 2. You know, this one.
Give us a break, will you?
Mickey Rooney was rumoured to be in it, and the writers even wrote a character specifically for him, but he was unavailable and just couldn't take part. When the movie was finally released, Matheson hated the entire thing. The film's own writer didn't like the movie. I'm a good storyteller, and I wrote a good outline and a good script, and if they had done it right, and if it had been directed by somebody who knew how to direct, I think it would have been an excellent movie. Jaws 3D was the only thing Joe Alves had ever directed. The man is a very skilled production designer, but as a director, no. And the so-called 3D just made the film look murky. It had no effect whatsoever. It was a waste of time.
That's wonderful.
Roy Scheider, who played Martin in the first two, and if you remember correctly, was literally forced to do the second one against his will, using his own contract to blackmail him into it, laughed at the idea of coming back. He said that they didn't even ask him because they knew what the answer would have been. He even specifically starred in Blue Thunder around the same time, just to ensure that there was absolutely no way he could do Jaws 3.
Oh, shit.
In fact, the movie even stars Dennis Quaid. Dennis goddamn Quaid, who to this day flat out refuses to even acknowledge the fact that he was in Jaws 3D. Despite its infamy for how bollocks it is, it still grossed $13 million in its opening weekend, which was actually the second highest grossing opening weekend that year. Bear in mind, that includes Superman 3 and Return of the Jedi. How the hell did that happen? But among critics, it was slated, earning 5 Razzie nominations, and it's often argued whether or not it's actually worse than Part 4, which I suppose I'll have to do next year.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
But the main consensus is that it's the equivalent of a raw dead skunk that was just destroyed by an 18-wheeler on the highway and then defecated on by a rhinoceros. This is Jaws 3D. The 3D is completely pointless. The movie doesn't come with any glasses, and the effects that they use, even if you had the glasses, there'd be no effect. It's entirely pointless. They just put 3D on there to be edgy. This movie sucks! Of course, it's based around another shark, but this one is just wicked slow. These lot are doing some water gymnastics or some shit, and he just checks out their legs for a bit and lets them get away. Anyway, it's set in SeaWorld and they manage to capture a shark. What a shark, it turns out to not be the one they're hunting. They haven't done that 3 times before already. Anyway, it turns out that this one was the baby and its mummy is a little angry and literally seeks revenge. Even though sharks notoriously do not give a shit about their young and often eat their own babies. So, research done well.
Reality.
The idea of SeaWorld is kind of cool, but we literally spend the beginning hearing an entire verbal tour of the damn place.
The whole complex is built in our man-made lagoon, which is connected to the open ocean by a deep water channel.
While Ving Rhames' son just stares at the women. Oh, and I am not taking this seriously. And considering this is supposed to be a Jaws movie, the scares are pathetic. Look at this, all this build up of this guy trying to unlock the gate underwater, all this tension which is built up really well, and then a fish! And then after more suspense, another fish, then the shark attacks. Is it a ninja shark stealthily creeping through the water? Oh, and it takes a full 20 minutes just to connect the movies together.
Remember that shark attack I told you about when we were kids in Amity?
That's it. That's all you get. But I have to ask, this dude somehow loses his friend. How the hell does your friend vanish on a damn dinghy and you don't even notice? Then the stealthy ass ninja shark drags them under. And then the boat, because I guess he needs to get rid of the evidence or else he'll go to shark prison. This product placement is just weird though. Why the hell are there Dunkin' Donuts on a bookshelf? There's a scene where dolphins begin to act freaked out, implying that sharks are nearby, but dolphins are actually stronger than sharks when provoked, so they should easily be able to kick their asses, especially since they outnumber them, but okay. Oh, and if you're expecting an awesome like shark versus dolphin fight climax scene, nope. They like tease it. Dolphins versus... How fucking awesome would that have been? Nope, doesn't happen. They have an amazing ending handed to them. No. Fuck this film. Just fuck it. Fuck it with a dolphin's fin. And then the dolphins do carry the humans to safety, which is actually an awesome moment, and it does have a lot of suspense for a movie that is dog shit, makes no sense, and has characters who want to curb stomp with a shovel. And that.
You know you only get one shot.
Do not miss a chance to blow!
As they wait to take on the shark, there is a pretty good jump scare where it attacks them from behind, but I am sick of this ninja shit. How is nobody hearing it? And where was it even hiding? They imply it was hiding in a tunnel, but it's a dead end and sharks can't swim backwards because of their fins, so do some research on what you're writing, you buttholes!
Now you think about that, Calvin.
And you know what? This shark is most considerate. Quaid is trying to steady his shot while the predator just casually swims past loads of people, not harming any of them.
Damn it! Get out of the way, Kate!
Don't mind me, just going for a swim.
Is everyone okay? Did look pretty dangerous down there.
Yeah, well, it looked pretty dangerous from down here too, Calvin.
We nearly died.
What is he doing here?
Calvin ordered him moved.
Shouldn't a shark enclosure have a damn roof on it or something? What's stopping the little prick from jumping out and eating a member of the public? Oh, and it dies. For no reason. It's literally never explained. The film's so bad the shark killed itself.
Okay, I told you.
Ray! If this was a shark attack, I've seen it before.
At least twice before, and both times much better than this. This arsehole interrupts a guy with a microphone and still takes forever to use it to call everyone in from the water. Dude, people's lives are at risk. Use the damn mic. Oh, and somehow the shark is now keeping up goddamn jet skis. Earlier she couldn't keep up with dolphins, but I guess she upgraded to supersonic jetpack speed. But this shark sucks. This woman falls in and this bitch doesn't even eat her. She does eventually start chowing down, and I must admit it is kind of cool to see the shark appear on a grander scale in front of a big crowd for the kills. This at least wasn't done before. But they literally turned the shark into a serial killer. She's hunting them down for revenge! But then she doesn't even eat them. She's just a vengeful bitch. And the shark even even roars! Underwater! Why are you making a shark movie without researching what a shark can do? Who cares? That reaction makes up for it. No, it doesn't. Stop fucking roaring! Here's Sharky in 3D. Sharks don't fucking roar! Who cares? Happy dolphin ending, yay! My God, look at them. This is the first scene of the movie. Just 38 seconds in. Don't they just look like they're soaring out at you? And they linger on this shot for as long as possible. They were so proud of these effects, they really wanted to show them off. And look at this three-dimensional opening title. Wow! This truly broke the boundaries of visual effects long before Jurassic Park entered our lives. Look at this 3D arm. There has been no finer work animated at Pixar. This is the pinnacle of genius. And the underwater effects only improve as the movie progresses. This is sheer brilliance at its finest. And look at that green screen. The money was surely well spent on this jam-packed blockbuster. Oh, and this vicious shark attack. Look at how it majestically moves towards them. It's like you're really there. This is so real, I am blown away. For real? The original? Yes, the effects sucked. But the story was so good, you didn't care. Even the guests in the underground tunnel seem to be green screened. This is a joke. Oh no, look at the completely realistic shark. Run for your lives. It's a shame because the sound design is actually really good. But we can't see what the hell's going on for most of it. Just look at this genius green screen 3D effect. And let's make it slow motion and make it even more serious. No. It looks like pants. And that makes it even worse. And of course, an arm holding a grenade managed to remain intact inside her mouth, and they managed to pull the pin to kill her. And what an effect it is.
Where's your boots?
I only wear them to bed and in the shower.
What? I don't get it. There's not really much to say. This guy called Philip is some famous dude, but he's such an arrogant douchebag you know he is dead. But all of these characters are bland and forgettable. Dennis Quaid's brother is apparently the champion of some standoff competition or something, and he challenges Martin McFly's mum, and just watch.
Ready? My fly's open.
I mean, technically he cheated to win. Just saying.
Kelly, can you give him a ride home or shall I call his mommy?
Nah. Phil, come quietly.
No way, I scream and shout.
Okay, that was funny.
Hey, let's go swimming.
No, I hate the ocean.
And I want to make it to Jaws 4. But then they add conflict for no reason. Literally, he's moving to Venezuela for 1.5 years and invites her along, but she refuses. It's never even explained why he's going. And the others playfully chase each other on the beach. But look at the look on the dude's face. This is so creepy and uncomfortable. And she then tries to entice him to get over his childhood fear of the ocean because it's a Jaws movie, so of course someone has a childhood fear of the ocean. But two characters I don't even remember the names of spy on them. They use a megaphone to scare them, which I guess is mildly funny. But it turns out they had their underwear on. Why weren't they skinny dipping? You ruined a perfectly good horror movie cliche.
I don't believe it.
And the posh gay photographer hits on some blonde girl but gets rejected. I'll remember none of this in 20 minutes. The thing is, the Ving Rhames guy goes missing and Quaid just thinks he's drunk somewhere. But yet he just appears later and it's never mentioned. It probably wasn't even him that went missing. But my point is, all the characters are the same. And of course it wouldn't be a Jaws movie without one arsehole wanting to use the shark to get money and fame. But someone else doesn't want the shark dead because it's a dying breed. So that makes it okay for it to eat loads of innocent people. I don't even care. I'm more focused on Dennis Quaid's armpit stain. So they capture the baby and the guy happily jumps out of the water, leaving the woman behind. Really brave hero you got there, love. But even the extras are douchebags. They all see a corpse in one of the tanks and one arsehole even shoves a woman against the glass. Look at it! Look at it! But look, his mum is probably dead and he looks completely bored. Why am I even in this? Oh no, I hope she's okay. Easily the worst of the trilogy so far. A disgrace. The effects are awful, the characters are forgettable, it does have some great sounds and a couple of cool ideas, but it's just a mess mixed with a misused and idiotic gimmick. It barely tries anything new and it's just a waste of time, money and effort. Why can't I ever do a simple series?